All right. So this is going to be our first video. This is going to be our first lecture video anyway, for this whole online experience. Should be one or two of these a week. They won't be very long. It's basically a really condensed version of my lectures I would have had in class. There usually be a PowerPoint, as you can see, to look at as I talk. If you have any questions, feel free to comment, text, email, anything you need, okay? So let's go ahead and just get started. So we're looking at the Industrial Revolution this week to start out. When we left before spring break, we were looking at the end of Napoleon's reign and moving towards what we would call modern world, kind of world you may recognize with machines and factories and pollution. And that's really what the Industrial Revolution is about, modernization. So here's how it's going to start. It's going to start with a complete change in agricultural technology and productivity. So agriculture means farming. So farming improvements is going to lead to an increase in food supply, which is going to lead to a population growth and farmers losing their jobs. It's going to lead to a demand for more food, which causes more improvements, more farmers lose their job, and they turn to factory jobs in the city because they're not working on the farm anymore. It's going to take place first in Great Britain around 1760 is when the start, and it's going to be when the production of goods changed from people making to machine making, or mechanization. So why Great Britain? First, it has a lot of natural resources, especially coal and iron. It has a strong economy. It's still thriving off its trade routes and everything it did early in the first 9 weeks when we talked about Great Britain. It has a huge population growth, people moving to the cities, a large workforce to make factories roll. It has political stability. Finally, it has a parliament. It has a constitution. It still has a queen and a king, but they're kind of stable. They're not squabbling over how they're going to run the country anymore. Strong military. It has land, labor, and capital, the factors of production. So you need land to get the resources from, like the wood, the oil, water. You also need the land to put the factory on. You need the labor, people to work in that factory, to build the things, and capital. Now, capital is going to be money to start with, and any machines are basically things to make your business run. So the first industry that's going to blow up is the textile industry, or making fabric. Inventions like the spinning jenny, that's right there, are going to make making fabric and weaving and all that cheaper and quicker. You need a place to stick all these spinning jennies, and that's going to be the birth of factories. Transportation improvements, so you're going to be able to move by water quicker with the steamboat. No longer do you need the flow of the water or the wind. They're going to invent turnpikes and toll roads. John McAdams' solid roads, so it's no longer dirt roads, actual real roads are being made. So, I mean, real roads were made in ancient times with the Romans, but first modern roads are going to come during this time period. The biggest deal, the railroads. Steam-driven locomotive comes around in 1804. The first railroad line will appear in 1821. This is going to change the game. It seems silly now, but the railroad is a huge leap forward. You're going from horse and buggies carrying your goods, the river carrying your goods, to a speeding locomotive. The more you move, the more you sell, and the bigger things grow. So all this, of course, is going to lead to changes in society. It's not just the machines and the factories, it's the way people react to it. The role of factory in life is going to be about the division of labor. A person that owns a factory can now divide the process between its workers and its machines. That means you can produce more quicker, and it's cheaper, so that means you make more money when you sell it. Interchangeable parts made by machines which are all alike. That means one machine makes this one part, it goes down, it's made by another part. It's the assembly line, as we'll get to here. Also, interchangeable parts means you can fix the machines because the machines make themselves. And also, it means unskilled labor can create things. You don't have to be a master carpenter or a master maker. You just know how to run the machine. This is going to lead to large production of things that look exactly the same, mass production, which means owners can sell more and consumers can buy things cheaper. Which is cheaper, organic food or the mass-produced food in the grocery store? Yeah, the mass-produced one, right? Organic means more hands-on, less people working on it, more work hours put into it, costs more. Well, that's what we're looking at here. Things are getting cheaper. The assembly line brings all the products together in one move. It goes down the line being made, and you really see that first with Henry Ford's production of the automobile, Ford Motor Company. And you also have the birth of the wage system. You're paid based on what you produce, how much it costs to produce it, and comparing it to what other people make. You no longer set your wages. The boss tells you this is what you're going to do. The workforce will completely change to unskilled workers. You can learn how to run one of the machines in a day, a week. Women and children can learn how to do it. They can operate it for less wages, and they don't have work habits. They've not worked before, so you can make them work the way you want them to. The skilled worker becomes unemployed. Your mastery at some job is no longer that important. They don't need you as much. Also, child labor starts to be taken advantage of. So, it spreads across the world. First the 1700s, then the British mechanics opened up spinning factories in Belgium. Belgium starts to industrialize. Then Germany, France, United States, they all see this happening and they jump on the train. Italy and Russia are going to be some of the last in the civilized world, and we'll get to them later. Immigration really kicks off. People move away, especially looking for jobs. You get more money in the factories than a lot of the jobs back home, so they move there. And also, they can actually move quicker now. It's easier to get to America from Europe than it ever has been. And this is going to lead you to grow to your cities. We'll get to urbanization a little bit later, probably next week or the week after. But here's some inventions that come around. Electric generators, the light bulb, the phone, telegraph, and the Ford Motor Company with the car, and eventually all the way to the airplane. Things blow up. Medicine involves. Genetics are understood. Smallpox vaccine is made. Pasteurization process, creating a process where you can kill bacteria in milk. It can lead to vaccines and everything. So you're going to find an explosion of technology and explosion of culture in this short period of time. All right, that's all I got for this video. There'll be another video midweek, probably focusing on nationalism. So take a look at that after you've done your first set of work. And as I said, any questions, just let me know.